A loved one who passed away is trying to warn you. Michael says open this immediately, before it's erased forever. A voice from the other side is calling your name. My child, I need you to breathe slowly as you listen to me, because the moment you opened this, something shifted around you. You may not feel it yet, but a door that was closed for a very long time has just begun to open. I am Archangel Michael, and I am speaking to you now because someone you loved, someone whose absence still aches in the center of your chest, has been trying to reach you. They have been whispering, calling, trying to send you signs, but the noise of the world has made it hard for you to hear. That is why I am here. I am here to guide you through what they need you to know. My child, I want you to remember the last time you felt their presence. Maybe it was in a dream that felt too real. Maybe it was a sudden warmth when you were alone. Maybe it was a memory that appeared out of nowhere and held your heart in a way words can't explain. You thought you imagined it. You thought it was just grief. But it wasn't. It was them. They touched the edge of your world, trying to warn you before something slips too far away to be recovered. Listen closely. Do not let your mind wander. You were meant to hear this today, at this exact moment. And before I continue, tell me in the comments, have you felt a sign from them recently? A scent, a dream, a sound, a sudden thought? Only share if you feel comfortable. Now breathe again. Slowly. Because what you're about to understand will change the way you look at everything around you. My child, the person who crossed to the other side has not been silent. They have watched you carry things alone, carry guilt that was never yours, carry pain you were never meant to hold this long. They have seen you trying to be strong when all you wanted was one more day with them. They have seen the nights you cried quietly so no one would hear. They know your heart better now than they ever did when they were alive, because on the other side, nothing is hidden. They want you to know it is not your fault. Whatever you've been blaming yourself for, whatever regret has been hurting your spirit, it is time to release it. They do not want you to hold that weight anymore, because that weight has been blocking the message they've been trying to send you. And that message is urgent. My child, something in your life is approaching a crossroads. You have felt it, haven't you? A sense that something big is coming, though you can't name it. A shift. A change. A pull toward something new, but also a fear of letting go of the familiar. They feel this energy around you, and they are trying to warn you before you make a decision that could close a door meant to open. You may not realize it yet, but they have been guiding you toward a path you drifted away from. You once had a dream, or a plan, or a promise you made to yourself, but life got heavy, and you put it aside. They remember it. They saw how your eyes used to shine when you talked about it. They remember the version of you who believed in your own heart. And they want to bring that version of you back. My child, I am holding a sword of light above you as I speak, clearing the shadows that have been sitting around your energy. You've been feeling tired, not just physically, but spiritually, like a part of you has been disconnected. You thought it was stress. You thought it was the world. But no, someone has been trying to reach you, and the closer they get, the more your spirit feels the pull. I know the questions forming in your mind. Why now? What do they want to warn me about? What is coming? And I promise you, by the time you reach the end of this message, by the time you hear all 5 parts, you will understand the whole truth. But for now, you must be patient. You must stay open. You must listen with your heart instead of your fear. My child, the voice calling your name, it is someone you loved deeply. Someone you lost suddenly, or painfully, or at a time you were not ready to say goodbye. And you have carried that unfinished goodbye, that unanswered question, that pain that never got to turn into peace. You feel them most in quiet moments, don't you? At night, or early morning, when the world is still. You sense them in the corners of your memory. You feel them when a song plays, or when a familiar smell floats by. These are not coincidences. These are attempts. Signals. Echoes from the other side. And now, the warning. My child, hear me well. You are standing in a moment of your life where clarity matters more than ever. There is someone around you, someone living, whose intentions are not aligned with your highest good. You have felt a strange energy from them, a shift, something off. You dismissed it, but your intuition has been trying to speak. The one who passed is urging you to look carefully, to trust the feeling in your gut. Their message is not meant to scare you but to protect you. You will understand more in the next part. Before I continue, tell me, have you ever felt protected in a moment when you should have been hurt? Have you ever felt saved from a situation you didn't see coming? Comment if you have ever felt that invisible protection. My child, I am removing the veil between you and the message they've been trying to deliver. This moment is sacred. You are being guided. You are being watched over. And the person on the other side is closer than you think. My child, before we go deeper, I want you to center yourself. Place your hand over your heart for a moment. Feel the beat beneath your palm. That rhythm, that quiet pulse, it is not just life flowing through you. It is connection. It is memory. It is the echo of every soul who has ever loved you, including the one who is trying to reach you right now. They are closer in this moment than they have been in a very long time. You may feel a chill, or a warmth, or a sudden heaviness in your chest as you listen to these words. Do not fear it. That is simply their energy brushing against yours, reminding you that you are not alone. My child, I, Archangel Michael, am standing beside you, shielding you as their message comes through more clearly. Now listen carefully. The warning they are trying to give you is not only about danger, it is about direction. They know you've been walking through confusion lately. You've been doubting yourself more than usual, questioning your decisions, your relationships, your future. Some days you wake up with clarity, and by afternoon you feel lost again. They see this struggle. They feel the unrest in your spirit. They want you to know, the confusion is not from you. Something, or someone, has been pulling your energy in a direction that is not aligned with your purpose. And the one who passed is trying to stop you from stepping into something that will drain you, distract you, or delay the life you are meant to live. My child, think of the person you lost. Think of their voice. Their face. Their laugh. Think of the smallest detail, something only you would remember. They're trying to use that memory right now to tell you who they are. They want you to recognize them in the way your heart reacts as you read this. That sudden tightening, that ache, that warmth. That is them. They are saying, you are stronger than the things trying to break you. But you must pay attention. There is someone around you, perhaps a friend, a partner, a coworker, or even a relative, who has been hiding their true intentions. You've sensed something off. A shift in their tone. A strange energy behind their words. A feeling that something doesn't match what they show on the surface. You brushed it away, telling yourself you were overthinking. But you were not. My child, the one who passed is trying to warn you about this person because they see what you cannot. On the other side, truth is not hidden. Intentions are clear. And they are urging you to trust that uneasy feeling you keep ignoring. Do not panic. Do not fear. Just listen. You are being protected from a situation that could leave you emotionally drained or spiritually weakened. This is why the signs have been so intense lately. Dreams that feel too real, sudden memories, repeated numbers, flickering lights, or objects falling for no reason. These signs are not random. These signs were meant to guide you toward this message. My child, they are saying something else too. You have been carrying a pain you don't speak about. A guilt. A question. A what if. A secret sadness you keep hidden because you don't want to burden anyone. But they know. They know the moment your heart broke. They know the moment you wished you could rewrite time. They know the words you never got to say. And they want you to hear this clearly: your love reached me. Your presence was enough. Your goodbye, even if silent, found me. My child, you have been blaming yourself for something that was never in your control. They want you to let that weight go. They want you to release the burden that keeps you awake at night. They want you to stop punishing yourself for not knowing, not being there, not being able to change what happened. You could not have stopped it. You did not fail them. They want you to forgive yourself. If your heart felt heavy reading that, even for a moment, that was your confirmation. Tell me in the comments, if you feel comfortable, did a specific person come to your mind just now? Now, my child, listen to this part with your whole spirit. They are trying to warn you because you are approaching a turning point. A moment where one decision will shape the next chapter of your life. They want you to choose the path that leads you toward healing, growth, and peace, not the one that pulls you back into old wounds, old patterns, or old cycles. You have been standing between two energies, the past that tries to hold you, and the future that is calling your name. The one who passed is urging you to let the future win. But to do that, you must release something, or someone, who has been draining your light. The warning is not meant to create fear. It is meant to reopen your intuition. It is meant to help you see what you already know deep inside. My child, you are not imagining the signs. You are not overthinking the feelings. You are not making up the dreams. They are real. They are intentional. They are messages. And now that you have opened this door, the message will only become clearer. There is more you need to hear. More they need to say. And the next part will reveal the emotional truth they couldn't speak while they were alive. My child, take one slow breath before you continue, because the message that is coming now carries the deepest part of their heart. The one who crossed over has been waiting for the right moment to speak these words through me, and now that your spirit is open, they can finally reach you more clearly. My child, you must understand something very important. When a soul leaves the physical world, they do not lose their love, their memories, or their connection to those they left behind. In fact, those connections grow even stronger. On the other side, they see everything you tried so hard to hide. They know the truths you kept inside. They see the pain you never let anyone witness. They know the moments you broke down quietly so no one would worry. And they have carried that understanding with them, waiting for the moment when you were ready to hear all of it. They want you to know this: I never left you. My child, they have been walking beside you since the moment their soul shifted out of this world. Every tear you cried, they felt. Every prayer you whispered, they heard. Every question you asked in the dark, they tried to answer in the ways they could. Through signs, through dreams, through moments that felt too strange to be coincidences. You thought you were grieving alone, but you were never alone. Not for a single heartbeat. My child, there is something they regret deeply, not because they did wrong, but because life took them away before they could say what their heart truly felt. There were words they wanted to speak, words they held back out of fear, confusion, pride, or simply because they thought there would always be more time. But time is not promised, and they know that now. That is why they are asking me to speak on their behalf. They are saying, I wish I told you how much you meant to me. I wish I said thank you for everything you did that I never recognized. I wish I held you longer the last time I saw you. I wish I told you I was proud of you. I wish I made peace with you before it was too late. I wish I didn't leave things unfinished. My child, if any of those words struck you, even slightly, then know this: that was meant for you. That was their voice, not your imagination. You felt it in your chest because the truth always vibrates differently than ordinary words. Now listen carefully, my child, because what I'm about to tell you is delicate. They wanted to warn you not just because someone around you has hidden intentions, but because you are about to step into a chapter where you must be emotionally free. You cannot carry old grief into a new path. You cannot move forward with wounds that were meant to heal long ago. And they know that some part of your heart has stayed frozen since the day they left. You were not able to say goodbye properly. You were not able to find closure. You were not able to release the pain. And they feel that. They feel the weight of it. That is why they are saying, please stop blaming yourself for what happened to me. My child, you need to hear that again. Stop blaming yourself. You did not cause it. You could not have prevented it. You did everything you were spiritually meant to do. They hold no anger. They hold no regret toward you. They hold only love. If you feel tears, heaviness, warmth, or chills right now, tell me in the comments. That reaction is not random. It means their energy is very close. My child, I must also tell you this truth: the person who passed is aware of situations in your life that you have not spoken to anyone about. They know you've been dealing with silent battles, emotional storms, fears, disappointments, and decisions that have felt too heavy. You've been trying to be strong for everyone else while slowly falling apart inside. They want you to stop carrying everything alone. They want you to open your heart again, to trust again, to love again, to dream again. They are saying, "You stopped living the moment I left, but you were meant to keep going. Your story did not end with mine. My child, there is something else. Something important. They have been trying to protect you from an upcoming challenge, something that could affect your emotional or spiritual well-being. This is why the dreams have been more vivid. This is why you've been sensing their presence more frequently. They are trying to guide you before you make a choice that could pull you into pain or delay your healing. But here is the part you need to hold on to: they are not warning you out of fear. They are guiding you because you are finally ready to see what you've been avoiding. You are ready for clarity. You are ready for truth. You are ready to move into the chapter of your life where you are no longer surviving, you are rising. My child, as I stand beside you with a shield of light, I feel their energy stronger now. They are saying one more thing before we continue to the next part. Tell them I'm not gone. Tell them I'm still with them. Tell them I still hear them. Tell them I still love them. If your heart reacted to that, even quietly, then you have just felt their presence. My child, Part 4 will reveal the moment they tried to reach you, the sign you missed, the moment they tried to warn you, and the deeper truth behind their message. My child, listen closely now, because the moment we are about to revisit is one you lived through without ever realizing its importance. The one who passed tried to reach you once before. They tried to warn you, to comfort you, to guide you, but the world around you was too loud, and your heart was carrying too much weight to hear them. There was a day, not too long after they crossed over, when you suddenly felt a strange shift in the air. You may not remember every detail, but you remember how it felt. You were either alone in your room or walking somewhere familiar. And then it happened. A sudden stillness, a strange silence, or maybe a warmth that touched your skin for just a moment. You ignored it. You brushed it aside. You told yourself it was nothing. But it wasn't nothing, my child. It was them. They were trying to reach you, trying to whisper something important, something urgent, something they wished they could have told you with their voice, their eyes, their hands. My child, the air around you thickened that day because their soul leaned close to yours. You may not have understood it, but your heart felt it. That moment was the first time they tried to warn you, the first time they tried to guide you away from something that could wound you, or pull you into a place you were not meant to go. They are saying, "You thought it was your imagination, but it was me." That moment stayed with you, even if faintly. Sometimes you think about it. Sometimes you wonder why it felt so real. And now you know why. My child, they tried again later. In dreams. Yes, the dream you dismissed, the one that felt too real, the one that left you waking up with a heavy heart or a strange peace. That dream was not random. That dream was a message. They are saying, "I went to you in your sleep because your heart could hear me there." And you know exactly which dream I'm speaking of. The dream where their face looked clearer than memory. The dream where their voice sounded like it never left the world. The dream that stayed with you long after your eyes opened. My child, they tried to warn you again when you began trusting someone whose energy didn't match their words. There was a day when something in you hesitated. Something felt off. Something didn't feel right. You felt it in your chest, in your stomach, or in that quiet place inside you that speaks before your mind forms thoughts. That was them. That was their warning. That was their protection. You ignored it because you wanted to believe the best. You wanted to give the benefit of the doubt. You wanted to avoid conflict or disappointment. But your intuition, guided by their love, was trying to speak. My child, understand this. You were not wrong for trusting. You were not wrong for hoping. You were not wrong for giving someone a chance. But they saw what you could not. Not because they were perfect, not because they knew everything in life, but because from the other side, they see the truth without filters, emotions, or illusions. They saw the intentions hidden beneath smiles. They saw the energy behind the words. They saw what your heart was too kind to see. My child, they protected you even when you didn't recognize the protection. There were moments that could have gone very differently, painfully differently, if not for a small twist of timing, a tiny delay, a sudden intuition, or a last-minute change you made without knowing why. You call it luck. You call it coincidence. But they call it guidance. They are saying, I moved things so you wouldn't get hurt. That time you almost went somewhere but changed your mind at the last second. That time you almost trusted someone more deeply but suddenly pulled back. That time you almost made a big decision but something felt wrong right before you acted. All of that was them. You are more protected than you realize, my child. You are more watched over than you can imagine. You are more guided than you have ever believed. But here is the truth they want you to understand now. You are approaching another moment like those. A moment where your intuition will whisper again. A moment where something won't feel right. A moment where you will feel hesitation, pressure, or confusion. This time, listen. This time, pause. This time, trust your inner pull. They are saying, we've been trying to warn you because we know what your heart deserves. And we are protecting that. My child, if anything in your life right now has been feeling uncertain, a relationship, a friendship, a decision, a change, an offer, a sudden shift. That is the area where their message is pointing. They are not telling you to fear anyone. They are not telling you to mistrust everyone. They are telling you to trust yourself. Tell me in the comments, if you feel comfortable, have you felt any strange intuition lately? Even a small one? My child, as I stand beside you with wings of light, I feel their presence growing stronger. They are preparing to reveal something you have been afraid to face. Something you need to hear in order to heal fully. Part 5 will bring the truth of their final message, the closure your heart has needed, and the blessing they've been waiting to give you. My child, this final part carries the deepest truth of their message, the truth they could not express in life, the truth they tried to send you through signs, intuition, and dreams. The truth they have been waiting for you to hear. Now breathe slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Let your heart be open. Because what comes next is meant to release you, not weigh you down. My child, the one who crossed over has been watching your journey, your struggles, your quiet battles, your silent victories. They have seen you grow in ways you don't acknowledge. They have seen you survive storms that would have broken others. They have seen you get back up on days you didn't have the strength. And they are proud of you, more proud than you will ever understand. They want you to know. You are stronger than you think. Stronger than you have ever given yourself credit for. But they also see your exhaustion. A tired spirit. A heart carrying too many memories. A soul holding too many responsibilities. A mind weighed down by thoughts you never say out loud. My child, listen to me. They do not want you to live your life in grief. They do not want you stuck in the past, trapped by regret, or held back by guilt. They want you to live. Not for them, not because of them, but because your story is not over. They say, you stopped believing in yourself when I left, but you were always meant to rise again. My child, they want you to release the pain you've been holding on to. That lingering sadness. That half-closed wound. That part of your heart that has been afraid to feel joy again. They want you to let joy back in. They want you to allow new love, new opportunities, new connections, new hopes. They want you to step into the life they never had the chance to live. You may think letting go means forgetting them. But they are saying, letting go does not mean letting me go. I will stay with you, always. My child, they want you to remember them with love, not with pain. With gratitude, not guilt. With warmth, not heaviness. You have cried enough for them. You have hurt enough. You have sacrificed enough. Now, you must live. My child, there is something else. Something they've been trying to give you for a long time, but you could not receive it until your heart softened like it is right now. They are offering you forgiveness. Yes, my child, forgiveness. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they want you free from the chains of what if and if only. They are saying, I forgive you for everything you blame yourself for. And I need you to forgive yourself too. My child, this is where your healing begins. And now, their blessing. The blessing they could not give you in life. The blessing they have carried with them from the other side. The blessing meant to open a new path for you. They are saying, may your heart be light again. May your spirit find peace. May you walk into the next chapter without fear. May you know that you are guided, loved, and protected. Always. My child, feel the warmth in your chest right now. Feel that soft pull behind your eyes. Feel that heaviness turning into release. That is them. That is their love. That is the closure your soul has been waiting for. Now listen closely as I, Archangel Michael in this story, place my hand upon your shoulder. My child, you are stepping into a new chapter, a chapter of clarity, strength, and purpose. The past has shaped you, but it does not define you. Your grief has softened you, but it does not own you. Your memories honor them, but they do not imprison you. You are free now. Free to choose. Free to grow. Free to live. And they walk with you, not as a shadow of pain, but as a light of love. Before this message closes, they have one final whisper for you. I love you. I always did. I always will. And now it's time for you to live the life your heart deserves. My child, if you felt something, even a little, tell me in the comments. Not for me, but for your own release. This is the end of the message. But not the end of your healing. And not the end of their love. My child, you did not expect a part 6, did you? Yet here you are, still listening, still breathing with an open heart, still allowing words to soften the places inside you that have been closed for too long. That alone shows how ready your spirit has become, ready to release, ready to receive, ready to rise. The one who crossed over knows you asked for this continuation. They know because you felt something unfinished. You felt there was still a space inside you that had more to unravel, more to understand, more to heal. And so here I am, my child, continuing in their voice, carrying the message they couldn't bring themselves to say while they were alive. My child, let me take you to a place inside yourself, a quiet place, a memory you don't visit often. The memory of the last time you felt truly safe, truly loved, truly understood. It might be a childhood moment. It might be a moment with them. It might be a moment where you felt held by the world instead of hurt by it. Go there for just a breath. Feel the air of that memory. Feel the warmth of it resting against your skin. Feel the freedom you had in your eyes back then. My child, they are saying. You were so much brighter than you realized. You still are. They want you to rediscover the version of yourself that existed before life placed so many weights on your shoulders. The version of you who laughed with your whole spirit. The version who believed. The version who trusted easily. The version who wasn't afraid of losing people, because you didn't yet understand what loss truly was. They want you to know that version of you was not lost, only hidden. Buried under grief. Buried under responsibility. Buried under hurt. Buried under the pressure to pretend you were okay even when you weren't. My child, they want you to know it is safe now to let that part of you return. It is safe to feel joy again. Safe to breathe without heaviness. Safe to move forward without guilt. You have been living with a quiet fear, the fear that healing means forgetting. But they want you to hear this clearly. Healing does not erase love. Healing strengthens it. My child, the one who crossed over wants to guide you towards something very important now, something beyond warnings and beyond closure. This part is not about danger or fear. It is about purpose. You have been drifting lately, haven't you? Not aimlessly, but without a sense of direction. You've been going through the motions. You've been waking up, doing what you must, surviving, but not fully living. They see that emptiness inside you, the space that longs for meaning. And they want to gently place something in that space. They say, there is something you were meant to do. Something only you can do. My child, they are not speaking of something grand or overwhelming. They mean something simple, small, but deeply meaningful. Something that aligns with your heart, your gifts, your inner truth. Maybe it's a talent you abandoned. Maybe it's a dream you placed on a shelf. Maybe it's a part of your personality you silenced to fit into someone else's expectations. Maybe it's a purpose you stopped believing in because life became too heavy to carry both pain and passion. But my child, they are urging you to return to yourself. They want you to express again. To create again. To speak again. To connect again. To love again. To trust again. To choose again. They are saying, your life is not meant to be paused in my memory. Your life is meant to expand because of the love we shared. Let that sink into your heart for a moment. Really hear it. Let it echo. Because this is the part where your healing begins to turn into becoming the version of yourself that your grief tried to bury. My child, I, as the voice guiding this story, see something in you too. A spark that hasn't gone out, no matter how dark some nights have felt. That spark is your resilience. That spark is your truth. That spark is the part of you that refuses to break even when everything around you feels shattered. They see it too. They love you for it. They admire you for it. They hope for you because of it. You think you are weak sometimes, my child. But the one who crossed over knows the truth. You are the strongest person I ever knew. Now listen, my child, because this part is important, almost sacred in its meaning. They do not want you to carry them through life as a wound. They want you to carry them as a blessing. They do not want you to speak of them with sorrow. They want you to speak of them with gratitude. They do not want to be the reason you hold yourself back. They want to be the reason you move forward. They say, live in a way that makes your soul feel light. That is how you honor me. That is how you keep me with you. My child, place your hand on your heart once more. Feel the warmth. Feel the life. Feel the pulse that connects you to this world, not the one beyond it. They are not asking you to chase signs or fear warnings. They are asking you to trust your path. To trust yourself. To trust that you are worthy of the love, opportunities, and blessings coming your way. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. If your heart felt lighter even for a moment during this part, tell me in the comments, not for validation, but for your own acknowledgement. My child, this is where part 6 ends. But not where your healing ends. And certainly not where your story ends. My child, you have come a long way on this journey. You have listened, felt, breathed, and opened your heart in ways you may not have expected. Most people turn away from inner truth the moment it begins to surface. But you stayed. That alone shows how ready your spirit is to grow, to heal, to rise. Part 7 is different from the others, my child. This part is not only about the one who crossed over. This part is about you. Because now that the messages, the closures, the blessings have been spoken, there is something deeper waiting beneath the surface, something the one you lost has been hoping you'd discover. My child, they want you to finally see yourself. You have carried so much for so long that you forgot who you are beneath the pain. You forgot your softness. You forgot your strength. You forgot the light that once lived inside you so naturally, the light that made you laugh deeply, love openly, dream boldly. My child, they are saying. You forgot how extraordinary you are. Let me remind you. You see, my child, grief changed you, not because you were weak, but because you loved deeply. The more you love, the deeper the ache when that love is interrupted by loss. And in that ache, you lost parts of yourself you never meant to lose. You stopped trusting your heart. You stopped believing in your worth. You stopped feeling safe with your emotions. You stopped dreaming, because dreams felt too fragile. But the one who crossed over has watched your spirit dim itself to survive. And they ache for you. Not because you're broken, but because you've forgotten how whole you truly are beneath everything you've been carrying. My child, they want you to know this truth. You are not the person you were before the loss, you are stronger. You are wiser. You are more compassionate. You are more aware. You are more connected to life than ever before. That strength did not come easily. It came from nights of tears. From days of pretending. From moments where you kept going without knowing how. From battles no one saw. From pain you hid behind forced smiles. My child, they saw every one of those moments. Every crack in your voice. Every silent prayer. Every moment you whispered, I hope I make it through this. And they want to say something now. You did make it. You're still here. You're still fighting. You're still becoming. My child, listen to me, you survived things that were meant to break you. You endured storms you never thought you could withstand. You carried grief while still showing up for others. You held love for someone who was no longer here to return it. And still, your heart continues to beat with hope. Do you know how powerful that makes you? They do. They always did. They always saw your strength, even before you did. My child, part of their message, the part you haven't heard until now, is this. You were never meant to stay in the place where I left you. They want you to move, to grow, to step into the future without feeling like you're betraying them. Because healing is not betrayal. Joy is not betrayal. Dreaming again is not betrayal. Living is not disrespect. Living is honoring them. My child, they want you to build a life filled with things that make your soul glow. People who value you. Moments that feel warm and real. Dreams that make you excited to wake up again. You have been dimming your light out of fear. Fear of loss, fear of disappointment, fear of being hurt again. But my child, listen closely. Your heart was made to shine. Don't hide it because of me. They want you to open your life again. To let new bonds form. To let laughter return. To let peace settle into your spirit. My child, you have spent so much time mourning what you lost that you forgot something crucial. Your life still has chapters waiting to be written. Beautiful chapters. Unexpected chapters. Chapters filled with love, not just in memory, but in reality. And they want to walk with you through those chapters, not as a ghost, not as a sorrow, but as a presence in your heart. Not a shadow, but a light. My child, take a moment now. Breathe in. Feel your chest rise. Feel the softness returning to you. Feel the heaviness loosening. Do you feel it? That is your soul remembering itself. Before this part ends, they want to say one last thing in part 7. I didn't leave you to make you weaker. I left this world because my time was done. But your time is just beginning. Don't waste it living only in memories of me. Live in honor of me. My child, if you felt even a whisper of truth in those words, leave a small comment, even a heart emoji, to acknowledge your own healing. If you want a part 8, deeper, softer, more personal to your emotional journey, just say,